Considerations.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Will do. Good morning to everyone. I just wanted to come before the council. Well, let me just say thank you for the support that you've always given the sheriff's office and other agencies, other public safety agencies. But I wanted to bring some things to your attention regarding the budget to see if I could to see if the council would increase my budget in these three following areas. I'm asking for an increase of about $90,000 in my training budget. For many years, we've had the same training budget. We are working on a lot of specialties within the sheriff's office, and one of those specialties that we focus on is gangs. And based on my current budget right now, that we are trying to
Gotta
send half of our
fucking
investigators
kidding me.
to some of the best training that they have as far as gangs. The National Gang Association, they offer 30 different certifications, and they're all critical in what we do. If we sent half of our investigators to the training right now in Chicago, it would wipe out our whole training budget for the whole year.
No. Why would you do that?
We've made significant progress in this area. We want to be able to continue the fight, and we know that training is imperative and training is critical. But if we do that, we will not be able to go.
No, because you're not doing that with CPD either. No.
And what I want to do is to be able to
do it with CPD. Yeah. Okay.
The way that they should be utilized without us having to transfer money once we exhaust our budget line item. Because at the rate that we're going, if we go to this training before September of this year, we would be done. We would have exhausted that budget line item.
Oh.
That's the first thing. The second increase.
Before you go on, Council, what is your pleasure? Do you want to deal with these three as they go along, or do you want to hear all three of them and go back? Okay, if remember, if you add, at some point you're going to have to deduct. So,
I calculated yesterday is $69,800. That's just if we send half of our investigators. But there are 30 different certifications, and about 22 or 23 of those are critical in what we do. I have a list of the certifications if you need to have those certifications.
Councilor Huff, do you want to speak to that anymore?
I just would like to add, I have to go back and do my research on
okay.
what we're doing the monies for.
Here's the three separate. Okay, so on the add delete list, you should have a copy of a blank one. This is the Sheriff's Department. And Sheriff, how much were you asking?
For $90,000 to
$90,000
remainder of the fiscal budget. Well, for the FY 24 budget, I believe that would be.
No.
I'm asking for an increase of $90,000.
No.
What we already have budgeted, I believe that is $59,000. And $59,000 is not going to hold us for the year.
No.
An increase of $90,000.
An increase of $90,000.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Because I thought you said that it was going to cost about $69,800.
It is. It is. It's going to cost $69,800 to go. That's
but
based
you're
on
asking for 90.
Right, because we have other training that we have to go through. We have other specialties that we have within the sheriff's office.
No, and you're not BSing us about nothing else.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Oh, Lord.
Madam Chair.
I'm sorry.
If I may ask, just for clarification. If I,
No, we
Yes.
don't need your
Sheriff,
input
just
because
for
you don't
clarification.
have. No,
Yes, okay, I'm sorry. So
no.
Sheriff,
Uh-uh.
so obviously we included something in the budget in that line item.
Right, we have our same training budget from the previous year.
Okay, and that was $59,000?
Yes, sir, that's
And-
total.
And so you're asking to add an additional 90,000 to that line item.
Look at the mayor. He
Okay.
doesn't even care.
And there are going to be two more. I walked out. There are going to be two more requests in addition to that.
Yes, sir, that's for
Okay.
bailiffs and also for, increase on the contract that we have.
Okay. So I guess my first question would be, is there any adjustment we could make somewhere else in the budget to move it to training, or is it so tight in all the other line items that we can't do that?
We don't have a lot of room. If you look at our current budget right now, that we've purchased necessary things. And even with that, it's gonna be tight for us.
Okay.
And Mr. City Manager, I believe that, the councilors know that if they add 90,000, we have to find 90,000 somewhere to do that. At this point, however, Councilor Huff has, recommended that the first item on our add delete list be to add this 90,000. And we will come back to see where, if that is approved, where that would be. We will not deal with this item, however, Sheriff, until our May 16th meeting, when we deal with the entire add delete list,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Councilor Allen? Can you do Councilor Allen?
I just want to offer for the council's consideration, we could allow the sheriff to utilize what he has budgeted for travel and training through up until mid-year budget adjustment. And then we could see how the budget flows and what we could do at that point. So I just wanted to mention that for your consideration.
I still think we need to put this on the add delete list just to keep it in our mind that this is one of the things that we need to take a look at. So Sheriff, that has been put on the add delete list.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. And the second one is to, could I proceed or? Okay, thank you. The second one is, last year, the jury manager, increased our bailiff, pay by $5 an hour. I have nothing to do with that. By law, the jury manager, the DA, and the judge agrees to the bailiff pay. Once the jury manager sends that up to the DA will send that over to the judge, and the judge signs off on that, and it becomes an order. So they've increased the pay by $5 an hour. We still have the same bailiff budget that we had in the previous year. What we're going to struggle with, that we still have to maintain bailiffs in the government center. Now we have a new city hall building that's coming open that we will have to put bailiffs in. We have the new admin building for the sheriff's office that we will have to put bailiffs in. If we utilize the budget that we have right now and have to call in extra bailiffs to spread them out to cover these three buildings, we're gonna go over. We're gonna go over budget for this budget line item. And so I'm asking for an increase of $20,000.
Oh, hell no.
Increase for the bailiffs.
And Sheriff, as I understand what you said, the judicial folks decide the increase, but you have to pay it.
Right, by law.
Huh, okay.
Can I make a point of clarification?
I'm sorry.
Madam Budget Chair. In terms of the pay, the sheriff is correct in terms of the structure of how the pay is adjusted for the bailiffs. Last fiscal year, the sworn bailiffs